Hello, this is Solomon. This is going to be a bunch of 1v1s against Brother Orcan, who is not the best player. They became frustrated throughout the course of these 1v1s, so I'm making this video since I told him what my YouTube channel was. And I'm making this video in the hopes that he watches and he can know his mistakes and learn some stuff for getting better in 1v1, since I learned that he mostly plays Diplo FFA, which is the most simplistic, straightforward map and game mode in the game. So, sorry, it's Italy Mirror. We went random all the games. No Japan matches, because Japan is overpowered. Okay. I do decryption, so I know what he's doing. Also, I'm not playing... Okay, so I play differently versus less good players, and I play differently versus good players. Like, against less good players, I usually just do high economy starts. Against good players, it usually devolves in like 0, 1, or 2 depot starts. Sometimes 3 depot. Because of how close this map is, you can rush pretty easily. Anyway, so I realize he's doing barracks, 3 depot. I do 4 depot, which is really greedy. But I know I'm fighting a first Brother Orcan, so the greed is fine since I'll get away with it. This is gonna be a key point. I usually I do several 4 depot starts where I just 3 depot, so I just have more income. Now he does barracks start, which doesn't really make sense against Italy, because I can just make M13s. I thought about getting M15s, but then I decided to get this M13s. That's why I built a second armor base to get the tech out faster. Either way, if he heavy infantry rushes or M11 rush, I just kill it with tanks. So this could have succeeded. Like, look, I only have 2 M13s out right now, and he has 8 M11s and 2 Saharianas. What I would have, like, he's splitting his attack power, which is kind of weird. There's not really a reason to do that. If I was him, I would build all 8 M11s right here. Or right here if I got the barracks closer. Yeah, first of all, I would push his barracks as close as I can. Then depending on which barracks is closer, I would send all my M11s. Or non-M11s and 1 Sahariana. This is another problem with filling up your units like this. Early, you have to build more recon, which takes away from money spent on combat units, which is really, really important actually, surprisingly so. Anyway, so 9 M11s, 1 Sahariana, just blitz down this way. Let's see what ruses he has going. Oh my god. Look, he blitzed this sector too. There's no reason to blitz this sector. It didn't even push the barracks forward. I don't know why. Okay, see, this is really weird. So what I would have done, and what would have been better than this, is you save your blitz till this sector, make 9 and 11s, blitz down this way, 9 and 11s and 1 Sahariana, blitz down this way, kill this depot, kill these armor bases, I mean, you might be able to win off that. Although that would work because I'm just playing so incredibly greedy right now. If I did 3 depots, 1 armor base, 1 barracks, I could probably fight it off. But me playing this greedy, if he had sent the 9 M11s down this way, it would have been fine. M13s have a light tank gun, unfortunately. So it's a little bit hard to outmatch M11 spam. But, I mean, there's still M13s are still ultimately more cost effective. Now, okay, now here comes AT base. He should have gone for this depot. Like, he wasn't going to win the fight as it got drawn out and I built more M13s. Yeah, I had the advantage initially to see the amount of material he had, but he should have gone right here and killed this depot and started retreating. AT base comes out. There's zero reason to build an AA90 here. There is zero reason. Just build basic AT. You will only ever build AA90, and then you will put it in one of the forest paths, either the forest road, so right here, right here, right here, or behind the forest, and use it to fight off 500-meter range units. It's like, I don't, in this situation, against Italy, just use the AT-47. Look, and I even managed to run out and kill the AA-90, which is really funny. Now you heavy infantry. Okay, so this is a really, really common development in 1v1s. Okay, so basically AT guns and armor. It's usually AT and armor, AT and infantry, or infantry and tanks. And those all like either work against each other in different ways. The main thing is that you never start with AT. So usually then you never start with AT. Because I mean, there's no reason to build it unless there's tanks. So usually one person ends up making tanks, and tanks and infantry obviously beat per infantry. So then the person makes infantry and AT, which obviously beats tanks and infantry. Like infantry and AT beats tanks and infantry. Although in this situation, it was tanks versus tanks. So then it turned into tanks and AT versus tanks and AT. Except I got heavy infantry. So tanks, AT, and heavy infantry, like tanks, AT, and heavy infantry will just kill tanks and AT. It's just like unit functioning to be remembered, unit comps, how they work. Like, it's all about the timing. And again, I've had okay, this is, I totally forgot until I saw him do it. Ad 40 was actually went airfield. I was gonna build an airfield, but now I realized, wait, I can just build heavy infantry and I'll be winning. Since he has one barracks, it's gonna take him 75 seconds to research. And he is sense of surrendering since he can see what's happening. He doesn't have the time to build something against this. Okay, where is it? Okay. Oh, yeah, Germany obviously wins this matchup because of the forest. They just, well, infantry in the forest. France can't do anything about it, really. Then you just put the flak 88 in the forest, and France can literally do nothing about it. I mean, France can maybe do something, like they can try to do things, but Germany's super favored on above the river against France. Look at this. I'm not even gonna bother looking at this one. And on behind enemy lines, as France, you want to do against the infantry rush. You want to do 1 or 2 depot and 1 or 2 armor base and be 1 bis. Maybe you can also try soft 40 if the other person is fucking up. But if the other person is playing totally correctly, I don't think you can't get away with soft 40. If you're not playing super correctly, maybe you can get away with soft 40, but no, this will be 1 bis. Be 1 bis to what is it, 3 hit heavy infantry? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 3 hit. They do so much more damage than other tanks for some reason. You can even check on the damage charts. It's just France versus France. Look at this one. France versus France is a very, very, very unique matchup. And you don't start with recon, ever. Like, you don't start with armor base, I should say. Did he? Oh, yeah. How he decrypted me? That's interesting. So just 4 depot start. I had a barracks with these two, but I decided to get rid of the barracks since he didn't make his own barracks. If the enemy person goes armor base, just go artillery and AT, and use that 5 supply AT to like contact scout, contact recon by getting close to the enemy. And you use the light artillery to kill everything. Of course, the response to this is a barracks, but he gets his barracks out too late. So I can start shooting it right away and kill it. I started with 2 depots. Well, I started with 1 depot, then I canceled the barracks and built another depot. He does camo, which makes sense since I don't have recon, so I have to get right next to the buildings to spot them. The game's over, like, since I just had an initiative and I'm just building up so much artillery. He's like, oh, Diplo, FFA, and 1v1 are the same. You're just spamming artillery, and Diplo, FFA, you just ran admins. Okay, there is so many ways this matchup could have played out. One of us could have even built proto base and built the heavy assault guns, or it could have been turned into like barracks versus French barracks, or just something else crazy, or turned into artillery. Oh, there's lots of ways this could have played out. He's not microwaving his infantry, so they're just gonna die. They're light infantry anyway, so yeah, they're pretty fragile. And barracks was the correct response to that, but it came too late. That it needed to be preemptive, not reactive. That's just a thing in general, especially when I'm looking over Quebec's games. It's really important to be. You need to be preemptive. Like if you're being reactive, you're probably gonna lose. Because the enemy will do damage in the time it's taking you to react. In the time it's getting taking you to get a response. Okay, let's look at this. Soviet mirror. On this, I either do 1 or 2 depot, 2 barracks, Corvdia rush, or I do 0 depot armor rush. That's my standard strat generally. 0 depot armor rush in general is really strong on this map. There's a switch up, since a lot of people do not expect it. And that's another big issue. He said he didn't like all these rushes I'm doing. It's extremely important on small maps in general, like 2v2 side by side, or tank graveyard, the 2v2 version, and on the 1v1. And on this on all the smaller maps, it's really important to know your low depot strats, because 2 depot strats will generally defeat 3 depot strats, 3 depot strats to defeat 4 depot strats, 1 depot strats can defeat 2 depot strats, 0 depot strats can defeat 1 depot strats, and etc. It's just really important to know your low depot options and what you can do. I know he's going infantry, so I decided to spam armor and T26s, since armor response is pretty standard to infantry. I do 4 depot. Now, while I just said armor is your standard, I was just playing like this because, well, I knew he wasn't that good. And I also noticed he did 2 barracks, which was interesting. I don't know if that was an intentional response. Well, I actually did 3 barracks, so. But this would, let me think. He did 3 depot, so if I do 2 depot, 2 barracks, Scardiera, now I'd still win that, actually, if I did the rush, but I decided to try something different. New T26 spam. I do blitz. If I done fanaticism, I think I could have made this work. And it was so close to working. So I should have had the BA11 up there too, because of the damage in that. Like, and this AT base was almost dead too. So all my tanks ended up dying, unfortunately. So now I could go to get out. Since I did tanks and infantry, or this per tank. So now he's gonna do infantry and AT, which beats tanks and infantry. I just sneak around and do this, but it doesn't matter. Although here's the thing though. Again, I have 1 more depot than him, so I'm getting more money. And now we've lost about an equivalent. Now I'm actually at him points since he mispositioned. I got some free kills over here. Anyway, so since I have more economy, I can really just spam out Garvia and go forward. Since he has very limited time to react, so he's gonna be forcing building his own infantry, so he's just gonna die. I mean, he could have tried to get an armor base out. That wouldn't have been a bad idea. Just spam his own 206s since I don't have AT. Yeah, the proper response would have been T26 spam here, since I mean he can't make enough infantry to stop me. He plays Terror, which is actually a good decision since I don't have any ruses, so I can't play Fanaticism. But his assault is staggered, so all these guys just die. That's really bad. He gets his depot because I wasn't paying attention, so that's good for him. But the game's already over. He should have gone T26 as I said. Even if he did, I was still ahead. Well, actually, if he still gets his depot, it's 3 depot against 3 depot. I still win the match because I'm better, but it definitely would have went on a little bit longer probably. Honestly, depending on when he gets the armor base out and starts getting light tanks out, I might still killed. Just because if I micro my infantry enough, since I have so much infantry. Yeah, that's a very open-ended possibility there of what happens. UK versus US. UK is absolutely awful on this match, on this map. Wow, just awful on everyone if you want. Really. Some people like to do this 1 depot rushes. I could also do 0 depot Cromwell rush, which I've done before, but I decided to airfield start and a paratrooper, and it gets out the A gun, which is nice. I mean, that's 30 supply, so that's a decent amount of money. It comes out with a tank, so I just build an AT base. And I have AT and Vickers, just will swap infantry or tanks. So it's actually kind of awkward to attack UK early. It's because unless you're Soviets still just easy kill UK. With BA-11, Guardia, and artillery. Get the regulars out in ambush positions, AT guns coming out. He builds a barracks. Both of us went 2 depot. Well, he went 2 depot, I went 3 depot. Now, so I don't get looking at the map and I realize, well, there's still not a whole lot I can do here since you have to remember I don't have recon. I don't have recon. My recon is expensive or immobile. So I just start researching guards since I'm assuming like I know these are GIs because he hasn't bothered teching rangers yet. So he's wasting time and money on these. So if I get guards and control this in a forest, I can potentially, plus with AT, I can potentially get the barracks and just win. That's my plan. It's like now the guards are coming. I don't know why he got out of the forest. Like he needs to ambush. Like I don't have recon. He gets ambush and more damage since I need to be like 50 meters away to spot in forest. And infantry range is like 150 meters. So yeah. So yeah, the GIs just end up dying. The one is Piat, ATD, got AT gunned. End up capturing it. Yeah, all I need to do is build rangers. And just the other day on a 2v2 on across the river, I was facing Japan. I managed to infantry rush him, even though he had a pillbox. Remember, bunkers can only target 1 unit at a time. So I managed to infantry rush past the pillbox on a choke point, which was really funny. Like a big thing with players, you know, go to the games is they just aren't familiar with timings at all, and like those windows of opportunity that you can exploit. Like I realized the window I had since didn't have heavy infantry. It was really dry, so I just went for the guards rush. Now we're gonna look at this game real quick. Me versus Eclipse or Pulse, however you want to call them. UK versus Germany, random. I'm like, well, fuck. It's like the other game with Soviets. I try to do the armor base thing again. He goes his own armor base, which is a good response. This tier, which is deep, fine. Depot. Like these have level 1 armor and the same gun as the Panzer III, but they cost 20, so they're like awful. Kill the depot again. And this guy gets shot for some unbelievable reason. Like if they had killed the infantry, I could have killed that barracks and depot. Now Panzer IVs are coming out. I should have got the AT base sooner. I should have spent some money on the cruisers actually. It wasn't worth it to go for the depot the second time. I should have built AT in the air. Now I'm just gonna go for this depot right here, unfortunately. This guy gets ambushed, unfortunately. Here comes the tiger, which I have 0 response to. And I can't, I try to get out here, but it's pointless because you can just build ME1 on ME109s or ME262s. And I have to spend 50 to attack Spitfires, and it's just too much money. End up building a bunker in response to Panzer IIIs. Yeah, that's why I surrender. There's nothing I can do. So GK is awful. Okay, and that is the end of this video.